Thank you. My name is Jeff Borgoff, and good morning, and thank you for the privilege and opportunity to use my voice to speak on behalf of all of those living with Alzheimer's disease. I have been using my mind and my voice to fight for awareness and a cure since my diagnosis in March of 2016. At the age of 51. I'm now 53. A regret I have, I wish I had been fighting longer, knowing and understanding how this disease has impacted the multiple generations of my family. But when I was one of those people that was unaware, dare I say ignorant, to Alzheimer's disease. I was misdiagnosed for almost a year and a half, with many visits to various hospitals and numerous visits to specialists for a plethora of testing. This is one of the issues of trying to get a diagnosis for younger onset Alzheimer's. The medical community is reluctant many times to go down an Alzheimer's path. This needs to change. And the medical community needs to be better educated and trained to identify, treat, and support Alzheimer's or related dementias and diagnosis. When I was finally diagnosed, my wife and I were naturally crushed. We knew ahead what the prognosis was. But we also had a sense of relief because we finally knew what the diagnosis was. We began to learn more and more about Alzheimer's. Kim, my wife, from the standpoint of a caregiver, the best caregiver in the world. I'm biased. And me from a person living with Alzheimer's disease. Within days of my diagnosis, we reached out to the Alzheimer's Association Delaware Valley chapter and asked if we could get involved to help. I became a member of the Alzheimer's Association Early Stage Advisory Group at the national level, began fundraising, creating awareness, and advocating on a state and national level. And now I'm serving as an early stage ambassador with the Delaware Valley and Greater New Jersey chapters. As I said, Alzheimer's has been in my family for generations. I recall as a young boy, my granddad's confusion as he struggled with simple tasks. My mother and my father live with my wife and I now, and we witness my father on a daily basis with his struggle with Alzheimer's. It's very surreal to be living with Alzheimer's and caring for my father who has Alzheimer's. In many cases, this is the brutality of the disease. And this is why we're so passionate about doing all we can to help. We're fighting to end Alzheimer's for generations. There are many reasons we're here today. We're here to honor the memories of loved ones we've lost, to honor loved ones living with Alzheimer's and other dementias. There are those amazing family professional caregivers, and we thank you. It's through love, compassion, and sacrifice that we feel loved and secure as we navigate the waters of uncertainty. A common thread is hope, an expectation that something will happen. Being here today is helping hope, encouraging hope, and helping something to happen in the research for a cure and in our communities. Helping hope can extend all year round. Reaching out to your state and federal representatives is very important. Use your voice to encourage them to support funding for NIH. You can reach out to your local township and municipal representatives, your Rotary clubs, your Chamber of Commerce to create social change for the way we care and treat for those of us that are living with Alzheimer's and other dementias. Helping hope extends to a very important part of research, clinical trials. I am fortunate to be able to participate in the Biogen aducanumab clinical trial at Advanced Memory Research Institute in Toms River, New Jersey. If we don't volunteer for clinical trials, we will never find a cure. Did you know that most clinical trials fail because of lack of enrollment? I understand that participating in a trial is not for everyone, and it very well may not be an option due to the candidate's existing medical condition or age, but we have to try. I'm participating in my trial for two reasons. I have a chance to be part of a potential cure for Alzheimer's, to save lives, maybe my kids' lives, maybe their kids' lives, maybe your kids' lives. This resonates so strongly with me. The other reason I've heard it said, the first survivor of Alzheimer's will be one that participates in a clinical drug trial. I'm 53. I have a vision of myself walking my daughters down the wedding aisle and playing with my grandchildren. That would be pretty cool. I want to thank you sincerely that you are here today. It's so encouraging. Walking here today with a singular voice helps us in the fight for Alzheimer's. I'd ask you to consider the rest of the year. Please friend the Delaware Valley and Greater New Jersey chapters on Facebook and Twitter so that you can continue to participate in other events and activities throughout the year until we meet here again next year. Thank you.